And Happy New Year. I'm wondering, Davion was on right before you, and he was saying he called this a statement game tomorrow night, playing a ranked team on the road. As a coach, how does that play on your mind?
Um, it's probably the what is the terminology coup de grace for them. I think that for us, it's another game for us to continue to get better every day. Obviously, they're doing a bunch of hype stuff. They're naming the court out of the coach. They'll they're also doing a deal for him at the halftime, similar to what they did at Notre Dame. Obviously, that's kind of what you got to be used to playing here and coaching here is that the opposing teams, when you're on the road, are going to try to do whatever they can do to muster up energy, to muster up the crowd, to try to give themselves an advantage to win the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl is playing and beating Kentucky. So I understand the mentality. Our mentality is we're going on the road to get some roadkill. Obviously, it is a big game because it's the next game on the schedule, but it's not the end all to be all for us. We're trending in the right direction right now, and we want to continue to do that with the way that we're playing on both ends of the floor.
And can you say what you hope the guys learn from the Notre Dame experience that can benefit them going forward?
Uh, it's what Coach Calipari talks about all the time when with our team, and he's unapologetic and direct about how he relays the message that when you play at Kentucky, you're everybody's biggest game, and it shows that if you lose, there's going to be a scrum, there's going to be the court rushing and the whole deal, right? So I think that we understand that target that's on our back. That was our first true road game with a new team who never been in that situation before, and now we have the experience, and experience is the best teacher. So now on, we know that our job is to go on a road with a different mentality, to have that road kill instincts, and to play with a swagger, to play to ruin the team's weekend. And unfortunately, they're naming the court and they're doing all this wonderful things for a really good coach. But it's business. It's not personal.
Kyle Tucker will go to you and then Larry Vaught.
Aside from just the crazy numbers and how it's become almost a spectator sport to watch Oscar rebound, I wonder if you can kind of quantify how his rebounding affects winning. How much what is the value of a big Oscar rebounding night to actually winning?
Possessions. It's a possession game, right? And for us, the more possessions we get, the more opportunities we get to score. And if we can be plus 10 to plus 15 in possessions in those games, we give ourselves a better chance to win. There's not one player in the country that impacts a team is more than he does in terms of, I mean, getting 16 rebounds a game, 20 rebounds a game, 28 rebounds a game is unheard of. And so he tips the scale for us in terms of possessions. And obviously, you see the way that we're playing right now. We're playing at a breakneck pace. And if we could continue to get more possessions to score, it gives us an advantage, all right? And he gives us that. So it's unmeasurable the impact that Oscar Deshiba has on our basketball team. It's unmeasurable. It's unspoken of. How do you I mean, how do you? It's hard to simulate that on any other team. He's an enigma that I'm sure gives teams nightmares, and it's just pure effort. It has nothing to do with schemes, schematics. It's just his will and his effort and his knack for the ball.
Larry Vaught, go ahead.
Yeah, just wondered, thinking back of what you thought about the ceremony from Tubby as you were sitting there watching that, and what maybe, if anything, you hope maybe your players learned about Kentucky basketball just watching that ceremony themselves.
We obviously we shared a quick moment on the sideline when Tubby came out and he was greeting us before the game was played, and And I said to Tubby, and it shocked him. He was like, yo, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember. When I was a high school coach at Whitney Young High School, and he was at Minnesota, he came into, we were top 15 team in the country in the high school level, and he came in recruiting a couple of our guys. And I was like, Coach, do you remember when I was a high school coach? And so I say, here I am now at Kentucky coaching, and you are getting your name in the Ring of Honor in Rupp Arena. Like, what the places that this game take you is priceless. And we shared a good moment about that, and just the character of a person that he is, and how high of a character he is, and how character is so important. And to see the love that these fans had for him and have for him shows that he was a high character individual, that he did it the right way. He won, he was loved, and the support was well deserved. And for our guys to see that just shows you that when you become part of the Big Blue Nation, that this is support that you can always lean on, that you always have. And it was just it was heartwarming to see that.
John Hale will go to you, and then John Wong.
And obviously, you guys have played some better teams recently, but you haven't played a ranked team since that Duke opener. How do you think this team has changed most since that first game of the year?
Our swagger is back. It doesn't matter who we play. We're playing against ourselves. As long as we continue to do what our point of emphasis are, it doesn't matter who we play. I promise you, we can play any ranked team in the country. When we're playing Kentucky basketball and we've kind of identified what that is right now, we're kind of comfortable in what it is that makes us really good. And when we're doing that on both ends of the floor, we got a top 10 offense, we got a top 20 defense. When we're connecting on all of those things on both sides of the ball, it doesn't matter who we're playing. It really doesn't. Our standard is one way, and that standard and that message is delivered from our head coach, Coach Cal. And when we're doing that, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We want to play whoever's in front of us, and we're trying to play whoever's not in front of us. If there's some cancellations, Coach has been adamant about us playing whoever and whenever, wherever. So right now, we're just focused on getting better every day. We're focused on what our points of emphasis are, and we're playing at a high level right now. And it's us against us. And this is a challenge for us. We're going in a hostile environment on the road as a team that is ranked. But we have what we have. We have what they have. We're going to draw the line, and then we're going to play.
John Wong, go ahead.
Then you played a big role in the success of the defense at Illinois. We haven't heard a whole lot about the defensive effort here this year. Can you kind of assess where you think the team is defensively, specifically strengths and weaknesses?
Historically, in the last 15 years, the teams that have been in the top 15 in defense have made it to the Final Four. We're right outside of that right now. We're at about 17, 18. So we're trending in the right direction. We're really close to being a really good defensive team. I have some skin in the game on that, with what we're doing right now in terms of the defense. But I think that our strengths right now obviously has been our conditioning, because we tend to convert and transition, and we don't give up a lot of easy baskets. We defend the three-point shot really well, and we're a great rebounding team. And so we're trying to make teams take tough twos. And one weakness that we have had is that sometimes we foul and parade teams and put them on the free throw line. If we continue to do the things that we're doing that are positive and tough twos without fouling, converting in transition, and making everything tough and earned, and make teams face our half-court defense and without fouling, then when we get stops, we're at our best when we're running and racing the ball and flying up the floor. That's really what we're trying to do, and stay out of rotation. And so we're really good in some of those areas, but I think that if we had to have had a weakness during this surge defensively, it's because we put teams to the foul line a little bit too much.
John Clay, I'll go to you, and then Christos, you've got next.
Chin, you're known for your fashion sense, yet we seem to have, since COVID, stuck with the more casual clothes on the sidelines. How upset are you about this? And have you lobbied Calipari, hey, let's go back to where I can show what I really got?
I'll tell you what, I'm very upset about it. That's not really what I prefer to do, but I'm a team guy. And if that's what we're doing as a team, I'm okay with it. But I don't think that I'm satisfied with it. But we were able to do a little bit the game that we played against High Point, and I was able to sprinkle a little bit of my style sense into that game. And it was light. I went light, but yet and still, I was able to sprinkle a little bit in, and I was very happy about that because I was able to put some clothes on twice in one day, at the game and then for dinner for New Year's Eve. And so I was that day was a very happy day for us. We got the win, and I was able to put on some of my fashion sense, and then I did it twice in one day, so I was happy about that.
Christos, go ahead, and then back to John Hale.
Hello, Coach. You're doing well. My question is about that guy Washington. What did you see from coaching standpoint? What did you see? What did you notice as the biggest progress of his game from the beginning of the season until now? And what did you put as the biggest challenge for him for the rest of the season?
Let's start with the biggest challenge. I think the biggest challenge for him is to just continue to be consistent and keep the main thing the main thing. He's got a lot of responsibilities for us because he has to defend a lot of times the other top guard that's on the top of the scouting report on the other team. And so he's got to make sure that he does a good job defending that person, containing that person, as well as he's playing a lot of combo for us. So he's got to switch from being a scorer to a scorer and a distributor when he's playing the point guard for us. And then obviously he's got to be a guy that makes shots and from the three-point area. So he wears a lot of hats for this team. And so for him, his challenge is to be consistent in all of those areas and not let or allow for any of that to take away him being a Swiss Army knife. I think that's something that Coach Calipari called him the other night was the silent killer. Like he comes in the game and he almost got a triple-double and no one even knows it. Like he gets 15, 16 points and it's like it's not wow because he's efficient, right? He shoots the ball at a high clip. He doesn't take a lot of shots, but he's so efficient that you kind of don't notice it until you look at it like, man, he almost had a triple-double. Like he had 20 and he only took 7 shots. Like it's one of those. He's like that kind of player. So for him, it's about being consistent. I think that's his challenge, and continue to trust his work and continue to draw confidence from all the work that he puts in.
John Hale, go to you, and then Jerry Tipton, you can finish us off.
And even as the rotation has kind of shrunk here recently, Cal said several times you guys need Bryce Hopkins at some point this year. You're really familiar with his game from high school. What exactly can Bryce bring to this group that you all need?
He gives us another big wing / guard because at that position it's more of a guard for us than it is a forward. He gives us a bigger person at that position that can do multiple things. He can dribble, he can pass, he can shoot. And then obviously he's got the size and the strength that he's not afraid of a car crash. We need another guy or two that can be that guy that can get in a car crash and put pressure on the rim, get to the foul line, drive the basketball with some tenacity, and be able to eat and take bumps and finish at the rim. So he is someone that our staff, most importantly, Coach Calipari, is pulling for, rooting for, and then our team, because everyone knows and sees how good he is and how good he can be if, in fact, he's able to get some consistency. I think that, he was playing as one of the best players, if not the best player on our team a while ago, and then he kind of got injured, had some sickness, and so on and so forth. But now he's been a constant in practice, right? Not in and out of practice. He's been a constant in practice. So his number is going to get called, and it's only a matter of time before he is able to contribute to us at a high level and impact winning.
Jerry Tipton, finish us off.
Yeah, Chin, I'll be quick. What makes LSU a good defensive team? And how do you guys deal with that?
I think that they scramble the game up, right? They play a bunch of different defense. They're going to press. They're going to go 2-2-1. They're going to go tandem. They're going to go diamond after free throws. They're going to go 1-3-1 in the three-quarter, half court to a 2-3. They scramble the game up. They got a bunch of length, a lot of athleticism. They play for steals. They get a lot of tips and deflections. And so with all of their half-court switching with multiple guys who are similar in size, it kind of stun a lot of teams and kind of stump you a little bit in terms of your flow and you getting to the rim and getting to the paint. They outscore teams in the paint like plus 20. So I think that because of all of those ingredients in terms of the personnel that they have, they scramble the game up. But we're not afraid of that, and that's not going to stop us from playing at our pace and doing what we do. We're on attack. As soon as we get off the bus, we're on attack mode. So they're a good defensive team. We'll see. A lot of teams that like to junk it up, Jerry, it's questionable how good they really are defensively. And that's why they play so much junk stuff, because they don't trust any one thing defensively, and that doesn't really guard effectively. But it's been working for them from what they've played on their schedule, and we'll see. We'll see how that affects us. We're not going to allow for it to affect us, though. We're going to be in attack mode, and we're not going to let any of the switching, any of the different zones, any of the different presses stunt us. We're getting out and we're going.